You always knew the bad news was coming with Todd because he'd go, here's the thing. And he said, we're going to lose the orchestra in Dresden and we have to do all of the conducting first. I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society at the moment. I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is very useless.
Cate Blanchett just delivered a brutal blow to Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, exposing the torment they put her through behind the scenes. Without ever naming names, she tore into Blake's shameless legacy theft. Do you want the tone to stay serious and dramatic, or lean more sarcastic?
It's so hard to do what you really, really desperately want in life. It's so much easier just to do you don't care either way about.
Wow. With one ruthless performance and a single viral line, Cate shattered their empire louder than any press release ever could.
It's sometimes good to be really simple. I mean, Matisse says this fantastic thing. It's just, don't try and be original. Just be simple.
Cate Blanchett, yes, the Oscar-winning, globally revered queen of real talent, finally drew the line. Not with loud words, but with one ice-cold speech at the Berlin Humanitarian Awards, where she delivered that now iconic line. There's a difference between honoring a story and owning it like it was always yours. That wasn't a quote, it was a sniper shot, and the internet instantly knew exactly who her target was.
Well, I always approach every role as a woman because I am. I don't really think about that. I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society at the moment. I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is a very useless emotion. I don't know what you do with that.
Let's be honest. No one just accidentally gets replaced in a campaign they signed on to 3 years ago. You don't magically fall out of alignment with Chanel 2 weeks before filming a project your husband wrote specifically for you. Unless someone, cough Blake, quietly slid in and pushed you out. The receipts began flying when a UK fashion magazine published an article on April 16, 2023, clearly intended for Cate's campaign.
Being attractive doesn't preclude being intelligent.
The article outright named Andrew Upton as the screenwriter and described the entire mood of the film, minimalist, emotional, and perfectly tailored for Cate at her peak. And then, poof, it vanished just 3 hours later. But this is the old internet. Screenshots had already flooded Reddit before Chanel's PR team could even finish their second espresso.
I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is a very useless emotion. I don't know what you do with that. But shame and regret and the lessons one can learn from that I think are very powerful.
TikTok went full-time savage mode on Blake, dragging her without mercy. Side-by-side comparisons hit over 2 million views in just 2 days. Cate radiating class on one side, while Blake looked like she was selling empowerment at a Goop clearance sale. Blake's team tried to spin it as a fresh direction, a new voice for Chanel, but the internet wasn't buying it. The top Reddit comments said it best. This wasn't a rebrand, it was a replacement.
Blake Lively is out and about in the UK promoting her One Simple Favor, right? Is that the name? Yep, she's out. She's wearing this Chanel head to toe V. Here's the look in the runway.
If you thought Blake was done embarrassing herself, oh sweet summer child, we're only getting started. Let's talk about how this PR-puffed fashion girl tried to outmaneuver a woman whose resume is longer than her entire IMDb page. Cate had been the face of Chanel for over a decade. She didn't need filtered kitchen selfies or hollow feminist quotes to stay relevant. She signed that multi-year deal back in 2021. This campaign was her baby, her husband's script, her creative vision, her legacy.
What is your moral compass? Where does kindness and humanity sit in a brutal world? Because those are important questions to ask right now.
In my vagina.
And what did Blake do? She strutted in wearing a glitter dress, clutching a pre-written wellness pitch and probably a mood board of beige Instagram quotes, and somehow finagled her way into the lead role of Cate's campaign. A campaign she didn't shape, and definitely didn't deserve. But she had that influencer juice, the kind powered by fake metrics and even faker brand loyalty.
They're so
Look at these, they match my outfit. Look at those nails.
Wow. Aren't they incredible?
Those are amazing.
I had time for that. I literally did it while at work. It was a little chaotic.
It was worth it.
Cate didn't even get a phone call. just a cold copy-paste email. Creative alignment is no longer in place. Translation? We're ghosting you, but trying to sound classy. Meanwhile, Blake's campaign launched with all the elegance of a toothpaste ad masquerading as a feminist manifesto. And the saddest part? Some people actually applauded until they saw the original blueprint and realized Blake was just doing a cheap Kate cosplay.
Had time for that. I literally did it while at work. It was a little chaotic.
It was worth it.
And don't even get me started on the fashion war crimes. Blake didn't stop at Chanel. Oh no, she went full villain mode, taking down every deal Kate had built over the years like it was a video game. First, she undercut Kate's Louis Vuitton contract, offering herself at a lower rate, classic bargain bin energy, and scored the deal behind Kate's back. Who even does that? It's giving desperation. It's giving, please love me, I'll work for exposure. But wait, there's more. Blake somehow wriggled her way into Kate's Armani beauty deal, offering her face at half price. And to sweeten the deal, she inflated her so-called engagement numbers with bot-generated metrics. Imagine the gall of replacing one of Hollywood's most graceful performers with someone whose most reliable acting partner is Facetune.
I do think there's a distinct lack of shame in society at the moment. I think shame is very different to guilt. Guilt is a very useless emotion. I don't know what you do with that. But shame and regret and the lessons one can learn from that are, I think, are very powerful.
And because sabotage is clearly Blake's favorite cardio, she even went after Kate's Cannes red carpet slot. That's right. During one of the biggest events in global cinema, Kate got demoted to a dead slot, while Blake's team bribed publicists to give her the prime spot. The audacity is unmatched. Like, sis, if you're that desperate for the spotlight, maybe try earning it instead of snatching it from someone who actually belongs there.
I hear about, like, Penn and Chase hating each other and being jealous and competitive.
2 seconds later.
I think I'm just brunette because of the books.
And everyone knows blondes are nicer anyway.
But Blake didn't stop at carpets and contracts. She went full PR ninja on Kate's Vogue cover, too. Yep, that cover was supposed to be Kate's moment, and what did Blake do? She allegedly traded exclusive gossip, probably about Kate. Let's be real, to snatch that feature for herself. That's not ambition. That's career theft with a sprinkle of glitter. And karma? Oh, it came in a Chanel gift bag. When Chanel dropped their 2023 Legacy Collaborator reel, guess who got cut out? Entirely? Blake. Not even a pixel. Kate was still in it. Blake got treated like a typo, erased without mercy. You could almost hear the internet laughing. Blake did all that work just to get booted from a video montage. That, my friends, is what we call poetic justice, served cold with a side of haute couture. This wasn't some petty who wore it better moment. It was a full-scale professional takedown where Blake tried to rewrite history by steamrolling over someone who actually earned her stripes. And now that Kate has finally snapped, elegantly, surgically, devastatingly, Blake's empire is crumbling in real time. The sad part? She still doesn't get it. She thought she was writing a comeback story. Turns out she was just signing the final act of her own reputation.
It's so hard to do what you really, really desperately want in life. It's so much easier just to do you don't care either way about.
So, Blake Lively wasn't done yet. No. After hijacking campaigns and swiping fashion deals like a clearance rack ninja, she slithered her way into a Netflix role that wasn't even hers to begin with. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe she auditioned and got lucky. But oh no, darling, this wasn't luck. This was theft with eyeliner. Word on the street is that Blake somehow got her hands on a confidential Netflix script, one originally written with Cate Blanchett in mind. Not just any role either, a role Kate had been attached to since 2020. We're talking about a role with layers, depth, and an actual storyline. And what did Blake do with this golden opportunity? She allegedly auditioned using Kate's own lines, that's right. Blake pulled a copycat performance and marched in pretending like she belonged. It's like sneaking into someone else's audition tape, then signing your name with a glitter pen. But wait, it gets worse. Because stealing the role wasn't humiliating enough, Blake allegedly had the audacity to re-edit the final cut of the film during post-production. Let that sink in. She walked into the editing room, scissors in hand, and chopped out Kate's best scenes like they were coupons. Kate's performance, the one meant to carry the entire emotional arc, was sliced, trimmed, and replaced with Blake's promo fluff, all dolled up in soft focus and luxury lighting. It wasn't cinema. It was a Hallmark commercial with a Chanel budget. Oh, Minnie. And guess what happened next? A deleted UK article from April 2023 re-emerged, proving without a doubt that Kate had been locked into the role 3 years earlier. This was Blake spinning the narrative until the internet finally screamed enough. Reddit users went nuclear. TikTok editors pulled receipts and crafted split-screen comparisons, racking up over 14,000 upvotes and millions of views. One viral comment nailed it. Blake didn't just steal the role, she ghosted the woman who built it. Meanwhile, Hollywood sat back and whistled. Nobody said a word because, apparently, in this industry, you can steal someone's seat and their script as long as you say it with a smile. And then came the bats. Why stop at stealing when you can smear, right? Allegedly, Blake's team ran a bot-fueled hate campaign to tank Kate's indie film. Yep, the one that had nothing to do with the Chanel drama and everything to do with... Suddenly, out of nowhere, a flood of one-star reviews popped up on Rotten Tomatoes, Twitter, and IMDb. All saying the same vague nonsense. No substance, just enough negativity to kill momentum. Funny timing, huh? All this right after Kate's Berlin Award speech went viral. You'd think someone would want to tear her down just as the world was, finally listening. And oh look, here comes Blake reposting fake deep empowerment quotes, looking like she was delivering feminist sermons from her marble bathtub. But the captions? Dug up by Reddit investigators, exposed as copy-pasted from a skincare brand's old promo post. You can't make this up. Blake was literally recycling captions from moisturizers to rebrand herself as an activist. She really said, "Let me slap on a serum and sabotage a woman,"